Yes, sir. What does this little child have? We haven't seen. Oh, she got fucking knocked back. Oh, she's separated. And the walls are closing. You're gonna kill this child in the start of the episode? Oh my god. What's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to Levi's Lair. We're winding down on Frieren, and I'm super excited to see the conclusion to this awesome season. Last episode, we kind of took a break, had a little slice of life episode between the second round and the first round of the mage exam. And this episode, we're hopefully gonna continue on and see where the top 6 leads us. Well, there's our finalists, but they said that her challenge is going to be the second challenge, and that it's pretty much the hardest challenge that you could get in a mage exam is when she runs it, and no one has ever passed it.
Anyone who wishes to become a first-class mage should be able to pass it with ease.
I wonder if there will be alliances that form now that they're individuals. I really want to see Frieren and Fern team up, but I want to see more Ubel.
To move on to the third trial, you must reach the deepest level of the dungeon.
So there's a third trial. She says you just have to reach the deepest parts of the dungeon. That can mean two things, right? You either have to just get there, and it's a hard, arduous, treacherous journey, whatever you want to call it, to get there, or you have to survive long enough to get there. What are the chances that the characters that we don't know about just start getting wiped out, right? Like they just start getting deleted.
Therefore, everyone who reaches the bottom floor will pass.
Oh, so there's no spots. If you're known for being the hardest trial where no one has succeeded, why wouldn't you all go as one giant group and get through? Because there's no spots, right? Maybe she adapts it on the fly to make it spots if you do that, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to all work together. It's not like only a limited amount of people can be a mage, or if they can, at least save that for the third round.
I don't want any mages with promising futures dying here.
At least she's self-aware that her trials are hard, and she gives them a way out. She's not just going to decimate all of them and have no one survive in this cave. That's good, at least.
The bottles will shatter automatically at dawn tomorrow. You'll want to manage your hours wisely as you explore.
I would use as much time as possible. I don't think you want to try and save it for the last minute. You better get started immediately. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean just run in. I hope Frieren teams up with Kana and Levine again. Oh my god, she's doing the soy jack. She was soy jacking. Soy jacking? Is that a verb? Ubel's still trying to get that clone power, probably. I didn't forget about that.
Examining the various paths inside might allow us to better understand the internal structure of the tomb.
I'm glad they're using Denken to give us a lore dump. And we know Frieren doesn't know anything about old history.
There's no reason for us to fight or face this alone.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Denken. Why wouldn't you just all become a group together?
That is not happening.
Literally, why?
Unlike the last test, our companions don't have to survive in order for us to pass.
I get it if you're no one wanted to work with Frieren. That's one thing, right? Because she's clearly stronger than everyone else. You need to try and hold her down. She broke through the barrier, right? She's the only mage in existence to break through this barrier. Clearly, she's stronger than everyone else. If you don't want to team with her, that makes sense. But then by turn, you don't get Fern as a team. You probably don't get Levine and Kana as a team.
You see that? We don't trust each other after that first test. Safest thing to do is group up with people you already know well.
I don't know. I think a large group is probably better. I'm surprised Verbal's going with this group. I would have thought he would have been smart enough to group up with everybody.
We should go, Fern.
Frieren only cares about Fern. See, this is the other thing, right? Because it makes sense to have a group of people, but Frieren knows she's strong enough to get to the bottom no matter what. So it doesn't really matter if she goes with a group.
I believe I'll accompany the two of you inside.
Ooh.
Just don't get in the way.
I will neither interfere.
That's crazy saying that to your proctor. Don't get in the way. I mean, we know Frieren's as confident as ever for things like this. Not her soy jacking too. Why is everyone soy jacking?
That stone's a trap. Please try to be more careful.
Did she do that on purpose? She would have had to do that on purpose, right? But she won't interfere. What a weird, nothing scene that was.
These stairs should take us down to the next floor.
Yes, you're right. Which is why we're turning around.
He's one of those people. My favorite thing, because I love games like Diablo, right? Like dungeon crawlers in general, but mainly Diablo. I love that game. My favorite thing in Diablo is literally exploring so the entire map is completed, even though it's just a bunch of items you don't need, some extra money. Sometimes you get a cool weapon out of it, but I love dungeon crawling. I think it's why I also enjoyed Minecraft Dungeons a lot too. I played that on one of my channels. Card above if you want to check that out.
If we don't go down every possible path, we might miss a rare grimoire along the way.
Keep exploring.
Not the soy jack again. What is going on? Kana, Levine, and Richter as a team?
Kana, let's leave them.
I don't know if you two are strong enough to go on your own. Ain't no water down there. There might be water down there.
And then there are only 5 of us.
So Denken and Richter obviously are together. Why was Laufen with the two that we don't know? Is she friends with those two outside of the mage exam?
Enough skilled mages to ensure
Yeah, she's sitting with them. It's a men and women thing.
True. At least none of us are idiotic enough to fall for mimics or other obvious traps.
He's talking about Frieren.
You think anyone who's taking this test is that naive?
Yeah, cut to Frieren in a chest. Yep. Frieren has extensive dungeon knowledge and can't help looking in every chest, regardless of if it's going to be a mimic or not.
Let's follow their lead. Come on, Fern.
I think I'd do anything Frieren wanted if she looked up at me like that and smiled. But this is like a bit back to like episode 1. Like episode 1, I was making jokes about how in the montage, Frieren was always getting stuck in stuff, whether it was like mimics or just like random appliances and shit. We're finally coming full circle again towards the end of the series with Frieren about to get stuck in a mimic. And there it is. That's so embarrassing to do in front of Proctor too. Bitch, you broke the barrier last episode and you're getting stuck in mimics. Look at her. Look how embarrassed she is for her. You better move. Okay, Laufen. I do like Laufen. Denken's simplistic fighting style kind of fits in with the show. Laufen a little flashy with it. She's kind of nice. Richter's boring. Oh, we get to see the new people. Okay, shield. Reflect? She got like a reflect? Okay, Palutena. Yes, sir. What does this little child have? We haven't seen. Oh, damn. She got fucking knocked back. Oh, she's separated. And the walls are closing. Wait, she's fucked. Surely she's fucked. You're gonna kill this child in the start of the episode? Oh my god. Richter hasn't done anything yet. Richter, save her.
This should take down the wall.
Hey, stay away from the wall real quick.
Not even a scratch. Break your bottle!
Oh, right. I forgot they have that thing. Denken do that on purpose? He wouldn't do it on purpose then, because he's all about having no numbers. But on what part do you have to, like, as you get closer, start eliminating people from your group so that you can have better chances in the next round? Denken, I think, is pragmatic enough to use the logic of having more people with him, but also cynical and smart enough to know that he needs to start getting rid of some people the closer they get. I completely forgot about the bottle. I thought they were just going to kill her.
It would appear that I was right to accompany you after all.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
knew
you'll
that.
Find a way to enjoy this labyrinth, as brutal as it can be.
What do you mean by that? As brutal as it can be? Oh, dude. They mentioned last time no one was able to make it through her trial. I wonder if that's because everyone doesn't trust each other from the first round. Like, I wonder if to get into the bottom floor, you need, like, I don't know, like 6 people to, like, hold a button or something. You know, like various buttons across the room, and then the door opens or some shit like that, where it's like, doesn't matter how strong you are, but you need like a group of people. So like, what if like the challenge is about like coming together?
Now I see why the ruins of the king's tomb have never been conquered. I can't say I expected to encounter such handsome opponents.
Oh, it's them.
Sharf, take me. Etta, you're on Sharf.
Verbal choosing to fight Era kind of shows that Fern was right about Era being the strongest, you know? And the fact that he gave himself to Sharf and not Era kind of means that he knows it too. That's cool. I like the having to fight yourself. Laufen fighting Laufen. That'd be a fucking crazy fight. The Ubel clone's gonna go stupid.
Such a perfect copy of another person.
Wait, the Ubel and Lend one? I think that's his name. There's just gonna be like 50 copies of Lend in the room.
Its mana and skills were identical to yours, Laufen. So is its behavior. It's possible it was even imbued with your memories.
That's how you beat it then. If it has your behavior, then it's the most predictable thing. I talked about this in the Stark versus Linny fight, where Linny kind of took on the role of Eisen trying to fight Stark, and I thought that would be easier for Stark to fight rather than Linny being Linny. So I think like it's the same thing here, right? Like, you know what you're capable of, and if you don't, this shows you what you're capable of doing. So it's a win-win regardless.
I wonder, can our group handle her?
Are they fighting Frieren?
If this weren't a trial, I would have shattered my bottle and retreated a long time ago.
Oh my god, they have to fight Frieren. So there's just copies of them. It's not like they're assigned to their specific team. Oh, I really want to see Fern try and fight Frieren then. Wait, that's so hype. Don't you dare end the episode on me like that. And, fuck you. I'm going straight to the next one. God damn it. Wait, that's so hype. Dude, I want to see everyone fight Frieren. I almost said I want to see everyone take a turn on Frieren. This is definitely a different fucking thing. I want to see the Frieren mimic run through everybody. I think that would be so funny and so cool. That's also a really easy way to like weed out some of the people. I was expecting like some type of puzzle where they all had to be grouped together to like solve it. I didn't no idea that they're gonna do like a mimic fight. That's so cool. I need episode 24 now. Give it to me. So there's gotta be some type of way on how to defeat these like mimics, right? Because there's actually no possible way that these people can defeat Frieren if it's a 1-to-1. Do they have like the same weakness, or are they like just like the 10% version?
We believe that it can read the memories of all those foolish enough to enter its dungeon.
That's what Denken was saying. It uses the memories. Oh, they're fucked then, because Frieren's got like 10,000 years of experience speaking elf.
This test is just the sort of thing a pacifist like her would put together.
What do you mean by that? This is a test that a pacifist would do? This seems pretty intense on combat. How do you beat yourself? I guess it's through like self-reflection, but how do you beat yourself?
Seems you and I are cornered, friend.
There's no way that's the real one again. Oh, is that the Ubel clone? Did she steal his fucking golem?
You run your mouth even during the heat of combat, don't you?
So they don't reflect the same social skill? Or they're just incapable of talking? Like, what's the... dude, I want to figure it out before the show tells me.
It was less concerned with dealing a fatal blow, and more interested in swiping my escape golem.
Oh, it wants to play, just like Ubel.
It was quick to corner us, but is evidently hesitant to attack.
Never mind. The Ubel one is free, right? The way that you beat the Ubel one is by being boring. That shit's actually free. The hard part is having actual Ubel be boring enough to board the fake Ubel. Because there's no way she's going to want to do that. She'll just want to try and win by outpowering it.
Care if I ask one last question?
Hey, the real you?
Am I talking to the real you? Or the
Nope.
phony?
There's no possible way. That's the real him. Dude, the real him is probably like still at the entrance. Right? Or just like following close behind or something, you know, like staying in the shadows. There's no possible way. Why would you lead with your real body ever?
You can take mine, bloody boy.
I think you might need that if you wish to survive the test.
Well, it kind of answers it then.
Sweet.
Are we gonna get Ubel versus Ubel? All right. I knew Ubel wouldn't be able to bore herself.
Victory will be decided by luck.
Yeah, Ubel would also be the type that want to leave it up to luck. If she dies, she dies.
Poor darling. You want me to put you out of your misery, huh?
Oh my gosh, she's enjoying this so much though.
That was quick. My 4 eyes and shining armor.
Yeah, knew it was a clone. She took her eyes off her. Oh my god.
So not even your escape bottle was the real deal.
It was you can make fake objects too? That's crazy. I don't even think this is the real one.
We're good pals now, 4 eyes. I trusted you would come save me.
Do I seem like that nice of a person to you?
No, but that's the way that Ubel wants to do things. I love her so much, so problematically. God damn it, she would destroy me, and I would let it happen too.
You wouldn't take my bottle. That told me just about everything I needed to know.
Yeah, I think it was obvious that one when he didn't take it.
I caught on and created a situation where my blood would undeniably be on your hands.
So you're a manipulative bitch. God, I love her.
We're getting close. I doubt we have much farther until we reach the bottom.
You know what else would go hard? I totally forgot they were in this fucking dungeon. Kana and Levine versus Kana and Levine. That would be a hard 2v2 as well.
Are we really going to pass this test without incident?
Luck has been good thus far.
I was gonna say, don't jinx yourself, Fern. They're hiding.
This is getting interesting.
I was gonna say, Frieren looks excited.
Precisely how conquering a dungeon ought to be.
Frieren looking excited is dangerous. That's how you know this is a situation that she's not prepared for, because she's so bored in things that she can solve immediately, right? Unless there's treasure involved. The fact that Frieren's excited by this means she hasn't exactly figured out a solution on how to beat herself, but she definitely hasn't analyzed the situation now.
Between vanquishing your double and coming to terms with failure, I certainly know what I'd prefer.
Frieren's double shouldn't be concerned with defending the bottom of the cave, no? Shouldn't it just like let them all pass? Like she's like scary and like intimidating, right? And they kind of flee from her, but she never attacked them. They just ran immediately. What if you could just walk right by her?
Restraint or hypnosis magic would be our best bet.
Metoda,
Matilda?
you're good at that sort of trickery.
I'll try.
You're gonna die.
Excuse me a moment.
I don't want to know. Thank God I am watching this like 2 weeks after it's finished airing, because I can only imagine what that scene right here would have done to Twitter. What type of mommy sorry scene was that? Jesus Christ, man.
The restraint spell doesn't do a thing. You smell pretty.
Oh God, careful.
Miss Frieren, look here.
She is kind of mommy. Look, I'm kind of short, right? Not to dox myself, but I'm a little on the smaller side, you know, femboy things. If a like woman bent down to talk to me like that, I might turn into a puddle, right? Like, what are we talking about? Where do I find me one of those?
If we had a specialist in hypnosis, they could look for its vulnerabilities.
They're hiding. Wait, is that her?
Thus, most attack spells utilize natural objects already on the scene.
She sounds like she has a good head on her, at least. Like, she's smart in, like,
A
fight
20th
psychology.
century mage, making it a far greater mage than any of us.
There's no way these schmucks that she's with can do anything. Well, these are the most basic looking characters I've ever seen. They can't do shit.
We should be self-aware enough to know we aren't fighters.
You're just gonna give up? You're not gonna look for another path? You're not gonna look for some teammates? What kind of fucking... You're supposed to be the smart ones with a good head, and you went in here as a group of 3 who doesn't have great fighting experience? What the fuck did you think would happen?
At best, I could create an opening for you to move in by willing it to kneel. Even then, I'd have to make eye contact and speak to it.
Ugh, social interaction.
So
You call that not having good combat magic?
either you can hit it with enough might, or you can find a way to slip through.
That's a hint and a half, right? At how they can beat Frieren. The Sensei clone is trying to do too much of multiple things instead of just focusing on one thing. It's trying to overwhelm the defensive magic and look for gaps. And in turn, it's probably not hitting it as hard as it could be if it was just one attack and trying to shatter it, and not trying to slip through the cracks because it's focusing its power into multiple areas and not like analyzing or some shit. Anyway, that's not the important part. The important part is that the Frieren clone is probably so good at doing everything that it can't do one thing at once, right? Like we saw with the Ubel clone. It was very good at being Ubel. The Frieren clone is probably really good at being Frieren on a like power level. It's not good at being Frieren on a like psychology level. And it's probably just going to use all the tools that it has available at once rather than just trying to focus on one thing.
Kneel!
Oh shit. She dead? That was so quick.
It's just precisely mimicking the functions of the originals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it doesn't have Frieren's mind. I'm still hung up on the Frieren fight.
I value my life. I'm going home.
All right, see ya.
I'm not sure there's anyone who could safely reach the bottom.
I think you'll find that our core group, oh, I hope they make it. Kana and Levine, please make it to the bottom. Yeah, you didn't make it. You got lost, you fucking schmuck. Good one. Running ahead by yourself.
The only way to defeat it may well be with brute force.
Fern gonna give it a try? Fern knows Frieren the best. Well, this turned to a 3v3 quick. So much for the ones.
Unlike with real folks, it's impossible to tell what they're thinking.
If that's the case, right? They have the memories and personalities, but they don't have the like brain. So is Verbals gonna be able to kill, or is it just gonna hesitate like we saw Verbal did in the previous challenge?
If that's our plan, it might have to be me.
There you go.
I may be able to kill Mistress Frieren.
That's a scary look, Fern.
Oh,
Oh, Frieren's so interested.
let the strategizing begin.
Oh, what do you got for me, Fern? Oh, you fucking hoe. Oh, why would you do that? How did you somehow make this whole episode last without getting to the Frieren fight when you introduced it at the end of the last episode? Damn, we're literally in the same place we were last episode, just now with Frieren and Fern here. But I feel like I've learned so much throughout this episode and have developed maybe a strategy that's going to get employed in the next episode. I really hate when they do this shit to me. Ugh.